Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Luci from CZT Nanzie Dock. Now, Nanzie is in our Tangle Addicts community, and she sent this to me, and I thought immediately, yeah, we got to play with this one. So we had a lot of fun with it on our Tangle Time session. And it's just gorgeous. And then I realized, this is a great way to end February, Heart Month, with this tangle. So, all right, it starts with, now, let's see. It starts with a heart at the base of wherever you want it. And a little bit of planning depending on how you want to use it. First thing is, and we're going to aura, at the end, we're going to aura the outside of it. Although you could aura the inside and it will be just fine. But it's just something to keep in mind so that way you don't put it like way right at the end and there's no room. Although, not that I've ever done that before, but if you do, you can always, hollabow, so it looks like it's just went off the page. There's always a solution. Okay. And it is an upside down heart. Let me try to not make this. I kept making it in my mind too big. That's a horrible looking heart, but it'll work. Usually do them differently. All right, the pen is in charge tonight. Okay. That's just funny. All right, I'll be auraing the inside of this one apparently because it said, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's demonstrate that." So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, pen has a mind of its own, and it's best sometimes just to not question and let it go on its path and see what amazing things are gonna happen. All right, so the next step is, now you could do this two ways. One, and I love that Nancy did this in her step out. Because I know for me, I'll separate some steps. Actually, I separated the heart in one, but did I pay attention to it? No, because some people have a challenge with drawing hearts, the actual drawing of the heart. Some people just are hearted out by the time, well, sometimes by the time February starts. So, anyway, the next step is essentially like what we call a fancy fescue. We're going to come from this stem. And, kind of a little bit of an S shape, and bring it up, curve it around however far you want. And you could do the other side. I'm going to save the other side so I could do it all at once. But, we'll come around the same side, sort of mirroring that. So, like I said, do this how you want. And then coming down with, essentially, it's a tear, you could just add a teardrop or a flux shape to, whatever you have there. Or you could do this and just draw it all in one stroke. Up to you. Sometimes, depending on how big or whatever, it's easier. It's easier to do it in steps, and then it does make it easy because you just get it to where you want it. I mean, of course, you could extend it if you need to, but then just putting that flux shape, at the end, it's good. Okay, next. We're going to essentially aura part of this line, and we're going to put, and up to you where you want to put this. And I covered it up pretty well in my sample from our Tangle Time session. But here's the thing, is I found it makes it effective to look like this is hanging over something if you just come out kind of perpendicular. And we're just going to, like I said, we're essentially auraing this. But coming out perpendicular versus, let me see if I can, let me show you. Let me find it. Oh, like this one right here. Before I put color and stuff on it, I was like, why does that look like I just put a straight line up there? It was just weird. But see how this line kind of merges in? And it's not that it's bad. It had a different look versus like this one where this looks like it's hanging over. This looks like it's a part of it. And I'm like, that's just weird. Anyway, so works best to, find your place, come almost out straight, and then down. And aura it however you wish. Okay, now, following the step outs, because at this point I kept not changing them up, but just doing them in a different order. And at this point, we can put in this section right here a double C-shaped curve line. Oh, that remarkably looks like a heart when you put it in there. And then, okay, we're going to tethered aura is what we're going to do. So I'm taking it off of here. So if you just watch. So I'm going to start here using the takeoff and land concept. And I'm coming out away a little bit and then coming back down and meeting, at that point right there. And I'm going to flip. Am I? Sure I am. But yeah, I'm going to do it. And I'll do it this way. It's so funny how some things I like to draw towards me, some things away from me, and then if I shake it up, then the hand just doesn't like it all too well. All right, so let's do it again. This one, yeah, part of why I was hesitating, because if I'm doing it this way, yes, I get the nice curve of my hand. That's natural. But then my pen is in the way of seeing the line that I'm kind of trying to aura. Luckily, there's no mistakes in Zentangle, and it turns out pretty good. All right, then we will aura these curve lines right here. And this is where we could aura the outside of this, but I'm going to aura the inside and rescue it at the same time. Because, and I'm going to tether it right in here. It is interesting. So how you can rescue something with the aura. And this is like, well, there I drew a nice heart like I would normally draw. And then the aura, it doesn't matter so much. It works because you have, I don't know, this just kind of takes over. And then it just works really well. Okay, let's see. I think that is it, except for decorating and shading. And I think on this, I'm going to just shade it. Do take a look at the For More Inspiration link. This looks like it's got a lot on it. Let's just see. Because I'm going to put some shading up here. Oh, yeah, look at how much is on there. Because, like I said, this looks like it's, flipped over, turned over, or something. So just put some graphite there. I might darken that right at that line, though. But if I put graphite on there and then put this on, then it would have been too dark, in my opinion. I'm going to bring this down just a bit. Because what's neat about, this aura is you can make it look like it's, like there's an angle. Like maybe like this is a peak and like it's maybe like triangular or something. And let's, well, you know what? Let's just take, I'm going to keep the gradient going. So just until it kind of goes into nothing, but still, yeah, shaded a little bit. So we get that. You could also put a tangle in there if you want to, completely up to you. And I'm going to go on this theme from the one that I was sort of just referencing. Or so I think. Yeah, because I kind of like, so this is tucked into here. So we'll go with a little darker graphite. And we'll bring it up. Yes. And then this, because it's tucked in there, so I'm going to do kind of the opposite. And then doing it a little bit darker, so that way it has a little bit of a contrast from there. Now, just thinking, you know what? Let's do this. Just at the tip. Oh, maybe just in this side to make it a little rounded looking. I'm looking, I'm thinking, oh, maybe all the way up that side carefully. Like I said, just to make it look like it's rounded. And let's add to that with, well, and I was going to do that here with the colorless blender. And I'm just I want to make it a little darker right in there. I didn't want to have I don't like to have lines. I like to have gradient. Oh, that worked. That worked. But look, is that not amazing? This is, I've used this stuff. It seemed like it was a couple days ago. Colorless blender from Prismacolor. There's the number. I think you can buy them in a 2-pack if you go into the description section and look below the links to the step outs. You will find my link tree. In there, you will find in my Amazon store. It's the enabler alert store, because one must enable somebody else. That's what I do here. That's my job, is to enable all of us Tangle addicts with great tools for tangling. And I know I have these on here, and I can't remember. I know I've seen them in a 2-pack. This one might have come in more, because it was like, well, gee whiz, it's like twice as much for more than twice the amount. So why not? And you will use it a lot, because you can use it for colored pencils as well as graphite. And let's see, let me sharpen it really quick, because that's the other thing, is that, if you want to get into a tight area and make it a little bit darker, and you don't want to use the graphite, let's just see. So I'm taking the colorless blender right on that pen line, and see how it made it a little bit darker. Okay, let's do it this one here. Just on the pen line. I'm being careful, because like I said, I don't want to create a new line, because it's hard to like re-smudge things out once you use this, because I'm guessing the how it works is well, for colored pencil, you're burnishing, so you're smoothing it out. I said, in my opinion, I'm heating it up a little bit, and which also helps spread it out. And the graphite, I think it's just because it's mashing it into the paper or something. I'm not sure the science behind it. All I know is that it works, and how fun is that? And I'm thinking too, let's do this. Same thing, just on the pen line, so I can grab whatever little bit of graphite is there and maybe just make it a little bit darker. A little, just very slightly. If I brought the graphite out, I wasn't careful about bringing it right to the line, because of course I just thought about doing this now. It added a very slight something, but I really, really like it. It's just a neat tangle. It really is. All right. So in our Tangle Time sessions, well, let me show the one I'm still working on, because I'm like, yeah, these colors didn't work so great. At least the pink didn't on this tan tile. So it's a work in progress, trying to figure out what do I want to do with this weird pink color that, like I said, it just has a weird look on this tan. But I wanted to try it nonetheless. And you know what the secret is? You just keep working on it until you're happy with it. And there will be a point where that will happen. I am confident. So on the screen, it looks like I'm just going to mash it all together. So I added a little white. I added a little heliotrope General's pencil in there. Yeah, I don't know that that's helping it at all. It was like going, oh, okay, well, on the screen, it looks a lot more not blended. Well, this will be my project, because I'm always determined. There's no such thing as a mistake in Zentangle, and as my friend Diane says, if you're not happy with it, it just means you're not done. And then if you're still not happy, it means you should add a little white gel pen or something. That's why I added the white. I'm like, well, yeah, it seemed to help a little bit, but yeah, it's just not spreading well. Anyway, so that's my work in progress. The purple turned out nice. I can also go back over this with a different color. That is an option. And then the one I really liked, this, and I was determined, well, I didn't really have a plan, but then I became determined I wanted to add some contrast with, some black ink. And then I decided, no, I don't want to do that. Let's explore what fun can I have without doing that. And I'm pretty tickled with what I have so far. I don't know if it's done. It feels like it's done. It can be done. And I don't know. I think it is done, because I'm just really tickled with it. And there we have it. So this one I'm sharing with you because, you know, I like to share with you, but I'm going to leave it. I think I'll leave it out of the picture unless I finish it up. So, again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Mention the description section so you will find links to the step outs. And do take a look at the For More Inspiration link so you can see Nanzie's beautiful work, her lovely sample, and the inspiration for this tangle. And one of the things that I like about what she did was she didn't look to necessarily replicate what the inspiration was. And you know what people do when they call it deconstructing. You know, so you see something that you like, and so you don't have to replicate it. That's not the name of the game, because this is also a non-representational art form. So she took some of it and just went with it, and this is what she came up with, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, and if you would like to join in on this fun, these are the free sessions that I put on every week on Thursdays. It's called Tangle Time. And it's up to you how you want to play with the tangle. And if you want to see the results, which I hope to get out in the next day or so, go to my website. Link is in that link tree, and subscribe to my blog. Subscribe to this channel. Well, also when I put the replays on, you'll be able to see those. And I think on those, it will have a link to, should have a link back to the post so you can see the screenshots and any of the up close pictures that I end up getting. So yeah, I think that's it. And if you'd like to join us on the Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook, please do so. That's where we, continue all of the fun. When you click that link, there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry, and that's it. And I don't know what I might have left off. I like to ramble. That's not really rambling. At the end here, everything, it's self-explanatory in the link tree. You'll see everything there. Look forward to connecting with you and hopefully tangling with you. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.